What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. More transfer news, more rumours and things doing the mill. So let's talk about it and see what's going off. And Dan, there you go. I'm on time today, bro. You don't need to unsubscribe, You better not be late or I'm unsubscribing. You got to understand, sometimes things happen, man. Ask any of these guys who do YouTube, man. Sometimes you schedule for a certain time and then things happen. It's crazy, bro. But listen, stick with us, man. We'll get there eventually. Big up everyone. Ebby in the building. Big C, let's get it. Let's go, bro. Justa said, love that background. Yeah, I love this background, but I will change back to the Bergkamp Henry one for the game tonight because we've won every game since I've used that background. You know, you got to keep with these superstitions. So Bergkamp and Henry will be back. But listen, today we got Lacazette and Aubameyang. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in or on the way out. Big up Curtis, how are you? I'm well, bro. Hope you're well. Hope everyone is safe and healthy at this crazy time. But at least football can help get us through it. Avin said, quality content, Mr. Shaw. Best wishes from Trinidad. Hope you're well, bro. Not me, said I'm about to open my GCSE exam reset. I hope I pass. Pray for me, Curtis. Good luck, man. Hope you pass. And even if you don't, listen, it's not the end of the world, man, you know. When you go to school and that and get older, they make out like GCSE is going to dictate the rest of your life and the direction it goes in. If you pass, well done, and you know, celebrate that. If you don't worry about it, man. Onwards and upwards, you know. You can still achieve great things without GCSEs, that's for certain. Roy Sim said, big up Curtis, going to grind till 4 a.m. for not put my hopes too high. A 1-1 draw, ideally a 2-1. It's going to be a big game tonight, you know. Crystal Palace with that counter-attack, you know. They on one hand, they turn up, they look... Some weeks they look terrible. Some weeks they're unbelievable, Palace. You never know what team's going to turn up. Away days in Valencia, man, that Aubameyang hat-trick, the ice-cold celebration. We was balling out them times there under Emery, to be fair. Bolu Yemi, thank you for the super chat. Said, for being early, big up from Minnesota. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Listen, I do need to keep on top of turning up on time. Apologies for the occasional late arrival in the videos. Guy Tan said, what's up, Curtis? Bored in Wood Green. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And you just got to keep yourself busy during lockdown. Try and do something, you know, study, exercise, you know, do something. You know, we're not going to get this kind of time probably ever again in our lifetime. So we have to make the most of it and do something productive. Kai said, it's my birthday week. Arsenal better not ruin it. Curtis, big up yourself, my brother. Keep pushing, bro. Happy birthday week to you. Let's hope Arsenal don't put a downer on it and we get a win. Big up Big C, said Ivan. Big up, bro. Curtis, bro, too much coffee for me. I'm both buzzing and eating myself. It's a big one tonight. Serious. It's a big one. Had a nightmare of Fashionista against Zaha. We got to keep Zaha under control, man. Let's there you go. He passed. Well done. Well done to you, man. Congrats. You see? Believe in yourself. Zaha will ruin Hector Bellerin. And Glenn Cook says, big up Big C from South Florida. Jake said, amazing time to be alive. Every day is a blessing, my friend. Peter said, big up Curtis. Keeping us going with your content. Thank you very much. Listen, let's talk Arsenal. News coming out today. Now, a news article has come out today in the newspapers that Jorge Mendes, the super agent, one of the biggest agents in the world, is the agent of David De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jose Mourinho. And, you know, it's a comment that apparently Jorge Mendes was trying to get Nuno Espirito to come to Arsenal. Big up School Fuggery in here as well. And everyone go and subscribe to his channel. Brilliant channel. And no, I haven't watched the Hector Bellerin documentary. I will watch it eventually. I'm not in a rush to watch no Hector Bellerin documentary. Listen, let's have a quick look at this. So Jorge Mendes is saying that he actually had talks with Arsenal about bringing Nuno to Arsenal around 6 or 7 weeks ago when we're in that terrible run of form. Nuno said super agent Jorge Mendes looking for a new Premier League club for Wolves manager Nuno Espirito Santo after Arsenal talks. Jorge Mendes wants Santo to go to a bigger club, and the article goes on to say that they feel the 46-year-old Wolves manager has taken Wolves as far as he can take them. And apparently 6 weeks ago, when Arsenal were in extreme difficulty and 15th in the league, Mendes apparently had talks with Arsenal about Nuno coming to Arsenal, which is interesting. You know, maybe Arsenal were doing their due diligence and speaking to managers just in case the situation got untenable. Look, it's not a huge story, but would you guys have taken Nuno Espirito Santo at Arsenal? He was linked with Arsenal when Unai Emery left. Apparently, we contacted his agent then. Ebby said Nuno is levels above Arteta. Nuno, yes, please. Ain't nobody got time for a Zoolander documentary. Good afternoon, Curtis. Just watched Harry. Interesting about Santo, says Peter Redpath. Yeah, listen, I think Santo is a decent manager. I don't think he's that top level manager. I would have still gone for Poch earlier. I would have probably gone for Allegri or, maybe Conte. But, I think the Nuno boat has sailed, if you like. Seems like a lot of you would have took him. Some of you saying you don't rate him. No, please keep Arteta. I love him. Yeah, well, you are a Leicester fan, so I know you're going to love him. Nuno to Valencia, the Spanish Arsenal. Zaha on paternity leave tonight, they're saying. I don't think so because they're struggling. He's inconsistent. Now, I believe Zaha is in the squad. I know he's got a young baby, but no, he will be involved, and we're going to have to work out how to deal with him. Got to be just due diligence, surely. Nuno's success is down to that Portuguese core. So imagine how much of a clear out we'd have had. Not sure the odds of quick success would have been that decent. What I've been reading, going further into the article, it's saying that Jorge Mendes wants to bring a higher caliber of player to the Premier League, and they don't feel like these players would go to Wolves. So what they want Nuno at a bigger club. And there's a lot of good talent coming out of Portugal now. So I'm sure we'd have had some good players. But listen, as we said, Arteta's got this little run together, and I think that will keep him in the job for the foreseeable future. So, we kind of are where we are at the moment. Curtis, don't you think he's the best manager outside the top six? Yeah, but is that the benchmark for what we should be looking for? I think maybe we should be going for someone even bigger, than Nuno. That's interesting. More likely for Chelsea than Arsenal. Yeah, I think, Frank Lampard, a few more defeats, he's going to be in trouble. Jashar said, big up Curtis, hope you're cool, bro. Really impressed with your profile on YouTube with the great collaborations. Keep it up, bro. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Listen, as I always say, I want to keep this channel a little bit different from every other Arsenal channel. There are a lot of great Arsenal content creators out there, some not so great, but everyone's trying to do their thing. It's a very saturated market. So I want to, be separated from the crowd in certain elements and, good collaborations, try and get ex-footballers on here and things like that. I'd take Hassan, who said Fox in the bin. He is good. Another thing here, and, we look at this new story has come out today as well. Arsenal are appointing the Premier League's director of football. His name is Richard Garlick. I hope he's a lot better than his surname. He's got a bit of a smelly surname, but let's hope he performs better than that. Premier League director of football, Richard Garlick, to join Arsenal. Now, Richard Garlick is the Premier League's director of football. He deals with things like football relations, youth development, coaching, and player education. He is also a solicitor. He will work closely with Edu and Mikel Arteta, and he will take up the position previously held by Huss Farmi. Now, football agents have been coming out recently saying that Edu is overwhelmed with work, and he's not able to just focus on transfer business because him and Mikel Arteta are doing other jobs at the same time, the job that Huss Farmi was doing. He will join apparently in the next few months. He will be a member of the executive team, will be working closely with Edu, Mikel Arteta, and Per Mertesacker, who is the academy manager. So look, I think this is a positive. He's worked for the Premier League since 2018. He wants to help relations with certain, with UEFA, with FIFA, with the Premier League, and having the guy who was director of football of the Premier League. Let's hope, let's get a few more VAR decisions, a few penalties. So listen, if he comes in and helps, I think that's a positive. I think it's clear that Edu and Mikel Arteta need somebody with experience around them. He will deal with contract renewals as he is a solicitor. He will help us with our relationship with certain parts of football, like I said, UEFA, the FA and the Premier League. So I think that's a positive move by Arsenal to get somebody in with experience. And let's hope that helps Edu focus on transfers and he performs better in the transfer market. So something positive there. And let's hope he does does a good job there. Get us a few penalties, a few VAR decisions. Listen, Brown Envelopes FC, man, we got to do what we got to do. I'm sure Alex Ferguson was lying in a few pockets back in the day, when the FA used to just look after Man United all the time, man. Come and do that for Arsenal a few times, man. Jeez. So yeah, let's see how that one goes. Just another article I wanted us to have a look at here. Yeah, man, like garlic, man. Garlic's in the building. Certain times you cook up the dinner, you have to put a little bit of garlic in there, So Arsenal getting some garlic at the Emirates, bring some flavour to the Emirates, We speak about Arsenal recruitment, and this is something that I hope this Richard Garlic can help us with, should I say. This picture, when I look at it, I just think is crazy when you look at this. So this is Arsenal's most expensive signings. And when I look through this list, I think it's quite crazy when you look at the impact that these players have made. Now, let's start from the very top. Nicolas Pepe. Most people would argue at this stage for 72 million, that signing hasn't worked. It may work out in the future, but at the moment, that has been a flop when you've spent that much money. Not all his own fault. Some of it is down to the management, but ultimately Pepe has not performed enough yet. 72 million hasn't worked. Aubameyang, 57 million. You can definitely say that one has worked. Lacazette, 47 million. Very hit and miss. Has had some big performances, but hasn't consistently been, good enough. I believe he's only been picked for France once since he joined Arsenal in 2017, and that wasn't even in the initial squad. He came in as a replacement for an injured player. So Lacazette at 47 million, I would say a good player that hasn't fulfilled his potential. Thomas Partey, 45 million. There's no doubt he's a fantastic player, but he's been injured a lot. He's hardly kicked a ball for Arsenal. Mesut Ozil, 42.3 million. First few years was definitely a hit and then slowly faded. And in the end, we're kind of desperate to get him out the door on a free transfer. So the first half of his time, good. Second half, not so good at all. Granit Xhaka, 40 million. Big flop. We signed him instead of N'Golo Kante. That was a horrendous decision. He's been at the club now 5 years. And for me, just not good enough for Arsenal. I don't know how he's still at the club, I've got to be honest. And, he's still got a few years left on his contract. Alexis Sanchez, 38.2 million, the biggest success on this list, in my opinion. He was a world beater. The thing, what is crazy about this is that he wasn't moved on for huge money. He should, if we were going to lose him, he should have been going for 80 million at least. He was probably the best winger in the league at the time with Eden Hazard. Shkodran Mustafi, 36 million. Again, a massive flop. We signed him instead of Kostas Manolas when he was at Roma, and he's been a massive flop. Again, been at the club 5 years and not good enough at all. Henrik Mkhitaryan, we tried to sign him a couple of years earlier. He had a massive reputation at Dortmund, flopped at Man United, and then flopped at Arsenal. One of the worst swap deals ever in the Premier League, Mkhitaryan for Alexis Sanchez. For both clubs, I think was a big flop. The best thing Sanchez did at the United, I think, was play the piano. The best thing Mkhitaryan did was the little advert, the Yol Pierre bit, getting Aubameyang over it. William Saliba, 27 million, hasn't kicked a ball for us in competitive action, loaned out for the second year. Lucas Torreira, first 6 months they compared him to N'Golo Kante. Second 6 months, he was playing attacking midfield and, seemed to want to leave England the whole time he's been it. the bigger problem with this as well, if you really look at it, Torreira, if he goes, we'd be lucky to get 20 million. Saliba, we don't know what the future will hold for him. Mkhitaryan, 30 million left for nothing. In fact, we paid him money to cancel his contract. Mustafi, 36 million. He will leave for free in the summer. Sanchez was a swap for Mkhitaryan, who then left for free. So we basically got no money for Sanchez. Xhaka, you would be lucky to get 20 million. Ozil will leave for free. Partey, we don't want him to leave. Lacazette's got a year left. I think we'd be lucky to get 20, 25. Aubameyang will probably see out that contract. We'll probably get nothing for him. And Nicolas Pepe is probably worth half of what we paid for him if we're lucky in this modern day market. So when you look at that transfer business, we have absolutely wasted so much money on certain players here, you know. And that's where the money's gone, unfortunately. This is why we're in the position we're in. So, yeah, I just thought I'd look at that quick because I thought that was quite interesting. You know, as you said, Tom, unbelievable that we paid 40.5 million for Granit Xhaka. Horrendous business. You know, stats don't lie, as you say, man. The stats don't lie. Cam said all correct. You know, bad business. You know, Pepe was a waste of money. At the time, he's looking like that. You know, it is looking like that, which is unfortunate. You know, but we got to stick by him till the end of the season. That Sanchez piano was class. You know what was amazing about that? You know, when he signed for Man United, I was gutted. I'm not going to lie. And when he did that piano thing, I thought, we're getting mugged off here. This guy signed for Man United and played their song. But he was so bad there, it actually became a meme against him, which was just amazing in the end. I was so happy that Sanchez flopped at United, man, because I was gutted when he went there. Rulli said crazy money for Mustafi, Mkhitaryan, Xhaka, Pepe. You know, Pepe 70, Xhaka 40, you know, you're 110. Mkhitaryan 30 and Mustafi at, well, Mkhitaryan a swap deal and Mustafi at 35. You know, you're looking at 150 million for those players. Iwobi is better than Pepe. I don't think so, but there's not much between them, to be honest. Definitely not much between them. Likes are below par. Please make the necessary adjustments. I love the way you worded that, the watcher. You know, let's see what the likes are on. You know, we always have a go at the likes. Let's see how high we can get it on the video. We always try and get 500 likes if possible, and we're at 150. Hit that like button, people. Let's get it up. Yeah, Mkhitaryan. 20 million and Alexis, shocking. Sanchez was elite, seriously elite, man. How did we not go for Kante? Unbelievable. He's about to get a new deal. Are you talking about Xhaka? Wouldn't surprise me if he got a new deal. Bringing in Garlic to help us get relegated like he did at West Brom. Yeah, I read that actually afterwards, that he was at West Brom before and apparently didn't do a great job there. So, you know, Laka is a £35 million player. And this is the crazy thing when it comes to Stan Kroenke. It's like, okay, at times he's given us money, which is fine, but the people he's given the money to spend it is absolutely crazy. You know, if you're running a business and you're investing in that business, surely you should keep an eye on who they're buying with that money. It's like he just gives them the money and then gets out of there, you know? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I always like before joining the chat, because I know Curtis won't let me down. Big up, bro. Thank you very much. Give Pepe time. That's all we can give him. Still miss Sanchez. So do I. You know, one of the best players I've ever seen for Arsenal. I loved watching him. What a player. We could do with him now, man. Big up Curtis for the consistent content. Come on, you Gunners. We have to win today. What is your starting 11? I think he will probably go. I'll go with what Arteta will go for. I think he'll go Leno in goal. I think he'll pick the same back four of Bellerin, Holding, Pablo Mari, and Kieran Tierney. Because I think, you know, Gabriel is back. I would probably like to see Gabriel play, but I do think he will go Kieran Tierney at left back, Pepe at right back, and Pablo Mari and Rob Holding at centre back. My worry is Crystal Palace have a lot of pace. Can Hector Bellerin deal with Wilfred Zaha? Can Pablo Mari deal with Zaha if he plays central and holding? They don't have a lot of pace. So let's see. I think the midfield, will he bring Thomas Partey straight in? He's been out for over a month. So will he bring him straight in? That is the question. Would you risk him? He's been out for 4 weeks. I think I'd like to see him get back in. Apparently, he was fully fit last week, and they waited an extra week before bringing him in. So I think Partey can start. I would probably start him next to Dani Ceballos with Smith Rowe in front, Saka on the right, Aubameyang on the left, and Lacazette through the middle. That would probably be my team. But I wouldn't be surprised if he plays Granit Xhaka. To be honest. Ideal formation, I think it'll be the 4-2-3-1 again. Let's hope we get the Crystal Palace out of form, man. They always seem to turn up and do well against us. Brett Jeffers said, love your content, Curtis. For me, #1 Arsenal channel. Listen every night from Western Australia. Big up, Brett. Thank you for your support, bro. And I hope you're well over there. Ebby said, we've moved like a mid-table team in the market over the past decade. And it's true, bro, because when you look at them names that we've actually signed, how many of them are that big? How many of them were massive signings where you were like, I expect him to make an impact? Aubameyang was big. Alexis Sanchez was big. The rest of them, Xhaka, Mustafi, Pepe was hyped up, but he hadn't done that much. He hadn't even played in Europe. He hadn't even played Europa League or Champions League football when we signed him. Mkhitaryan was considered a flop at Man United, so Torreira was not that big a reputation. Saliba was a youngster, so we haven't signed many big players, to be honest. John Page said, big up from North Carolina. Thank you very much, bro. Inam said, Eze could rip Bellerin to shreds. Wingers in smaller teams always turn into Messi against us. We're definitely going to have problems tonight. Eze, Zaha, Andros Townsend, they're going to be a problem. You just know that. John said, I remember that celebration, good background. I love this celebration, man. I honestly thought that season we was getting top 4 and winning the Europa League. Just think where we could have been right now. Garlic is a good medicine. Big up the Big C. Let's hope so, man. Like I said, apparently he didn't do well at West Brom, but he did well working for the Premier League. Mkhitaryan smashing it in Italy. Yeah, I think that slower league definitely suits him. Yash said, hey, Curtis, which ins and outs would make a great January window? We're being linked today, actually, with Neto, the goalkeeper at Barcelona. He's the second choice keeper. Apparently, we inquired in the summer, but they wanted 18 million. It's believed he could be allowed to leave on loan this month. Brazilian goalkeeper. We obviously need a better backup goalkeeper for our goalkeeper, Leno, and Renarsson apparently is able to leave on loan. I think we've all seen that Renarsson, old Butterfingers, is not the answer. So if we could get a keeper in, we were being linked with Tom Eaton as well. Let's get a goalkeeper in. And then I think that creative player, I would have liked Howard. I don't think that could happen till the summer. Maybe we go for Buendia. Or if they're not sure about Buendia, go for an Isco or someone. And then go for an hour in the summer. Just take someone on loan to help. So I don't expect more than 2 signings, if I'm honest. I would like to see the likes of, Socrates, Ozil, and people like that moved on. Interesting that Mikel Arteta confirmed in the press conference yesterday. He said that it's likely that Socrates will leave this month. So, it looks as if he could go. He's being linked with Real Betis, with Genoa, and with Fenerbahce. So let's hope that deal gets done. Roy Sim said, Zaha better than Pepe, age aside. I have to admit, I agree with that, to be honest. It's a shame, though, because, we went for the younger, easier to buy option, on the payment plan, layaway business, how it goes, man. Cash converters deal that we got there rather than paying the money up front for Zaha. Let's take it to Palace today. Have a great day. Back to work. Enjoy the rest of your day. We need 3 points today, people. We need 3 points. Big game tonight. Don't forget, tune in. 7:30 watch along starts. I will have the Bergkamp and Henry background back because we've won every game since I've had that up. And this is a big one. It feels like a big game. The FA Cup was not as exciting for me. But the Premier League action is where it matters. We saw Tottenham drop points yesterday. And we've got a chance of creeping our way back up the table. Newcastle on Monday as well, that could be 2 wins. So let's see. I had no real expectations going to this window, and so far I've been proved right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect much. Faiz said, Big C, is there a watch along for Liverpool United? There will be. I will do a watch along for that. It's a big game in the Premier League, the 2 teams at the top at Anfield. So there will definitely be a watch along for that. I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 fans of those teams on here. So I'm just messaging people as we speak. Socially Outcaster said, Curtis, the thing is, we took the risk getting someone from out the league instead of the league, expecting it didn't make sense. We was like United when they got Lukaku. I mean, the thing is, though, Lukaku was from the league, but it didn't work, so it doesn't always work. But yeah, I definitely think we should have gone for Zaha. Don Arsenal said, this channel always helps me through work. Big C, big up, bro. Curtis, will we finish this season? I think 7th or 8th. I'm not sure we'll get in that top 4, but we can dream. You never know. Barlou said, when you buy cheap, you buy twice. Arsenal never learn. You're right. Smash the likes. People said, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. Ray G said, Pepe is the perfect example of being the most talented player in your team. Doesn't necessarily mean you will do great. When he was playing for Lille, he was killing defenders. Now he's too nice. Premier League is a lot different. It's just totally different. And the aggression that you need to make that work, it's not the same as the French league. No fan cams tonight, unfortunately, because it's a late game, and I've got a few things to do after the game, so no fan cams, but they will return. I thought they worked pretty well at the game at the weekend, so yeah, it's definitely something we'll look at. Don't worry. Tejas said, hope we keep this run going. Big up Curtis, love from India. Thank you very much. Baza A said, good content. Curtis dropped a like. Thank you very much. Zaha is still available and cheaper. I spoke about Zaha yesterday. Would you still go for him? Just wanted to clear one thing up. I said in the video, would you swap Pepe for Zaha now? And what I meant was a guy commented saying, Palace wouldn't swap him. What I meant, we would probably have to pay an extra, maybe 20 million on top of that as well. To get that deal done. Adain Cooper said, big up from Jamaica, respect, bro. Premier League proven is a real thing. I agree. It's a league that is so difficult to make it in. I feel like if you can be successful in the Prem, you can go to most places and do well, especially if you've got technical ability to go with it. Pyatt was West Ham's best player. Yeah, but in the Premier League, I think he's talking about, a guy who's maybe played in a different league. Pyatt adjusted to the Premier League quickly. He was an unbelievable player. I always wanted him to come to the Prem as well. So listen, you don't need to call the guy an idiot. But yeah, I get your point, man. But let's be respectful. Bri Graham said, great content, good with the jokes too. You have to try and lighten up the mood, should I say. We're in the middle of lockdown and, we have to keep each other going for it. Zaha would improve us, no doubt. Score predictions for tonight, people. What do you think the score's going to be? I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal. I think it will be a tricky game. Palace very good on the counter-attack. I do expect them possibly to get a goal. SM Planet said, predicted lineup from you. Mine here. Leno Bellerin, Gabriel, Pablo Mari, Kieran Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Saka, Laka, Abba. So you've brought Gabriel and Partey straight in. That team you've picked there, I would pick that team. The only team, the 2 changes I would make, I would take Xhaka out for Dani Ceballos. I would take Hector Bellerin out for Ainsley, because I think if Zaha plays left wing, I think he's going to cause Hector Bellerin problems. Leicester fan thinks 2-1 to Palace. There's a surprise, When are you going to say something positive about us, bro? 2-1 to Arsenal, 4-3, that wouldn't surprise you, man. 5-0 to Arsenal. Who's Zaha playing over if he joins, not over Saka? Saka on the right, bro. Zaha left. Going for a 3-1 today. Aubameyang brace. Let's hope so. 2-1 Arsenal. Laka and Smith Rowe, Zaha for them. 2-1 Arsenal is a good shout. Just hope we win. Exactly. 2-1 Arsenal. Again, 3-0. I think they're going to show up for Nuno. Oh, they want Nuno to get the job, yeah? 2-0 to Arsenal. Ball draw. I can't see it being a ball draw. Seriously. They attack too much, man. I think we'll attack as well. I'm worried about Eze, the number 10 we need. He looks like a baller, man. Blessings to Big C. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 3-0 to Arsenal. 6-0 to Arsenal. You guys are confident. 1-0 to Palace. 1-1 draw. 2-0 Arsenal. 2-2. Lots of them there. Hat-trick for Aubameyang. Let's hope so. Gabriel must play. Marion Holding is paceless against Palace sprinters. That's my thoughts. I think we definitely have to play Gabriel for me. I think, I know Pablo Mari and Rob Holding have done well defensively, but that lack of pace worries me. And Palace, you've seen them on the counter-attack. They are quick. They explode on the break. Two slow centre-backs is a worry for me. Is definitely a worry. Nathan said, I live in the USA and the game is at 3. I have a test at the exact same time. Might have to bag it and watch the game. Listen, man, don't get in trouble. But listen, we love watching Arsenal. People do all sorts to try and watch Arsenal. Darren said, didn't Benteke break his goal-scoring drought against us? The club that keeps on giving. Bro, we do it all the time. Benteke, I'm sure he'd gone like 4 months or something without scoring. I remember we played Norwich last year and Pookie hadn't scored in like 7 games. And, what do you know? 30, 40 minutes into the game, he scores. So, yeah, man, let's see. Gabriel ain't quick, people are saying. But I'd say he's quicker than Pablo Mari. That's all I'm saying. And Rob Holding's not very quick either. Yeah, Gabriel ain't that quick, but I think he's quicker than Pablo Mari, definitely. We got smacked on the counter against Spurs. We did. The Watcher. Oh, sorry. DJ Bree said, games at 4 p.m. here in Bermuda. Laptop under my desk ready. Yeah, man, do what you got to do, man. Get that game watched. The Watcher said, I'm expecting a double from either Lacroix or Aubameyang and Smith Rowe. 4-0, it sounds like. Jeez, you, man, that confident, yeah? I'll use Rob, Gabriel, and Pablo back 3, says Eugene. I just don't think he'll go back to the back 3 yet. I think he'll stick with a 4 because we've won the last few games. Calvin Owen said, I'm from Bangladesh. The game will start 2 a.m. here. That's commitment, bro. Hey, big up Laurie in the building, man. Big up. Bop, 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 bop. Big up Big C in the effing building. What are you saying, Laurie, man? Hope you're well, bro. Talk is cheap out on Friday. Me, Laurie, and Turkish. Look out for that on AFTV, people. Big up Laurie for tuning in. Smash the likes, people. Big up South London's finest for that. Gabriel and Pablo Mari, look, a lot of people seem to think that because they're both left-footed, they can't play together. But we've seen a lot of right-footed central defensive partnerships. So, look, I would like to see it. And, I think they could play together. I just think with Rob Holding, with, David Luiz, all them guys, we've seen them play over and over again for Arsenal. We know the level they're at. And, I think it's time. We've never seen this Gabriel Pablo Mari partnership. So why not let's try something different? But for me, I want to see Thomas Partey start tonight. I know he's been out for 4 weeks or so, but I think we need that energy and power in midfield. Palace are quick on the counter-attack, and I think we need his power and presence in there. Kid Walk says, Big C, big up from Jamaica. Hey, I don't think we have the defenders to contain Zaha and Eze. Gabriel alone can't do it, and he does. And does he get straight back into the team? Well, this is the issue, Does Mikel Arteta have that kind of ruthlessness to just say, hold in, Pablo Mari, you've done well, but Gabriel's back. One of you are getting dropped. I'm not sure. Maybe he pulls out Pablo Mari just for the fact that he's been injured for a long time. He's played a lot of games. I don't know. I think Rob Holding will start. He's just signed a new contract. And, they're gassed off him right now. They seem to love Rob Holding. Maybe they see something in Rob Holding that I don't quite see as much. Let's put it that way. Ray G said, Curtis, would you consider Saka as generational? For me, that's too far. Generational is like an Mbappe or João Felix. I wouldn't call him generational yet. I think, like you said, generational talent is Mbappe. Not even João Felix, Mbappe, that is like, you are one of the best players we've seen in this decade out of the, youngsters that are about coming through. So, yeah, for me, generational is a step beyond what Saka's doing, but he can reach there. Billy Peak said, your show is tops, Curtis. Keep it up. Positive with being constructive where needs be from Ireland. Thank you very much. Pepe is not given more games and always on the bench. Do you think Pepe will start today? I think he'll probably be on the bench again. I think Saka will play on the right, Aubameyang on the left, and probably Lacazette through the middle with Smith Rowe in that 10 role. Or does Mikel Arteta mix it up a little bit? You know, we've got a game on Monday against Newcastle. He will probably have to rotate for that game. But yeah, in terms of tonight, I think Pepe will probably be on the bench, despite the fact that Mikel Arteta said in his press conference that Nicolas Pepe needs more football for us to see the best of him. So, you know, he says one thing sometimes, Mikel Arteta, and does another. He'll say Nicolas Pepe needs game time to prove himself. Then he'll bench him. Then he'll say, Balogun, we want to keep him at the club. We're talking. We see his future here. But then he doesn't get on the bench with 9 substitutes. And it's like, you can't tell footballers one thing and do the opposite. If you want Balogun at this football club, put him on the bench. Let him know that you're on the fringes of playing. If Nicolas Pepe needs game time, get him in the team. Give him a run. But I don't know. You know, as I said, he says one thing and does another. Do you see that Iwobi is better than Pepe? I don't think he is. I got to be honest. I think Pepe's got way more natural talent than Iwobi. You know, I think Iwobi was limited. And, you know, I do think his ceiling is much higher. He just needs to prove it. He needs to prove it in the Premier League. You know, them seasons that he produced in France, 22 goals, 11 assists. I don't think Iwobi could do that. But Pepe has to produce more in the Premier League, which he hasn't done at the moment. Listen, I'm out of here, people. It was only a short one today. Join me 7:30 for the watch along. Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Big game. Let's make sure we get 3 points and climb this table, man, and turn the pressure on to everyone above us. And let's get climbing up the table. Hopefully back-to-back wins, you know, this weekend. Beat Palace, beat Newcastle on Monday. Let's climb up the league. Tottenham drop points. Liverpool and Man United play. You know, Wolves drop points again yesterday. An opportunity to climb up the table. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Just a quick one today. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like on the way out. Join me at 7:30 for the watch along, and take care, everyone. Bless.